Hey everybody, oh boy, it's a bit of a rainy day today, and I had to go out to buy some light bulbs. Yeah, they were burning out one by one, and so I've been too lazy to go get them until now. But yeah, but on the way to the store, I went to one of my favorite chicken place here. It's called Barbe barbecue I barbecue BBQ chicken. You see that the menu is it's all in Korean. Yeah. And this place, now when I go into the restaurant, they've got big posters. Uh, Used to be they didn't have the English written on the poster, but lately, today, I saw that they had new posters put up and they had the English. And basically, what they have is fried chicken, then they have the spicy chicken, and then they have what they call pure chicken, meaning the boneless chicken, and then they have roasted chicken, and then they have various sizes and prices. Yeah, and but what this place has a reputation because it fries all of its chicken, or the chicken that it fries in olive oil. Sounds good, right? Anyway, I stopped there. The people there have always been exceptionally hospitable to me, and they've often, if they had a box full of tangerines, well, while I'm waiting on the chicken, they'd give me one. If they had a box full of donuts, they would give me one. Yeah, and they always give me a Coke in a bottle. I don't drink Cokes, but I take them and give them to my employer. So I'm not complaining. But anyway, but yeah, I'm going to be munching on some chicken today. It's raining outside, and I kind of have the appetite for chicken. Let me show it to you. It's look at that. Doesn't that look nice? It's very messy, and when I first ordered it, the people there were concerned that it would be too hot. It's that way at every restaurant I go to. They're not speaking to me in Korean, but they're going hot, hot, you know. And that's nice of them. I guess they're not used to seeing foreigners eat hot food. I don't know, but I find that the red pepper is not the one that kills me. It's always the little green one. The big green one's okay, and the red peppers are fine, but the little green one. But anyway, there's so much for that. But yeah, I'm going to be munching on this. It smells so good. Wish I could share it with you. I'd be happy to do it. Yeah. They just had a price increase. This used to cost me only 8,000 once. Today it was 9,000. But by the time I go out and try to buy the chicken and try to cook it all up and blah blah blah, you get the deal. So I'll probably eat every bit of this. Oh yeah. It's always good every time I've had it. Sometimes I get the regular fried chicken. It's very good too. And but this is what I wanted this time. Um, Here, when you go into a Korean restaurant here, now not this particular one, but one where you sit down and eat. At your table, you're likely to have a container. Now, in many places, it's an oblong box. I mean, a rectangular box, kind of like a miniature coffin. And it's usually full of these metal chopsticks, yeah, and these long-handled spoons, and these spoons are, have the long handle so that you can reach further because, well, into your soup bowl. But it's not uncommon at all for Koreans to have a common bowl or a common plate of something there, and then they just reach over and get a bite of it, and voila. And yeah, I've not had any problem with that at all. I participate, and yeah, it's okay. It's not, no one's getting hurt by it. So, but that's what you'll get. And at first, these metal chopsticks, I'm getting better at using them. I'm not really, it's not my favorite kind. I prefer the wooden ones. Now, I went to the store shortly after I got here, and I got me some wooden ones, but probably I didn't need to do that because, yeah, anytime I order takeout, I get a set of chopsticks. Isn't that something? But now these are round, which, and it does make some bit of a difference, in your handling it. But if you use chopsticks all your life, chances are it's not going to, be a big deal to you. But I don't do this as much as I used to, but I would always ask the kind people if, whenever these were at the table, I say, well, do you have any, or I, use my hands to try to communicate. Do you have any of the to-go chopsticks? Because they're always wooden, and they're square, and they're usually easier for me to use. And you just, voila. This here is pickled radish cubes. And these are not the little bitty red radishes that you have in the United States. These are the big radishes. You can look them up on the internet. They have a texture like an apple. And something I want to throw in, I know sometimes when I'm trying to communicate things to my audience, I try to use words that my audience can relate to. And when I'm describing kimchi, sometimes I use the expression pickled rather than fermented. And although fermented is the correct term, it doesn't necessarily give you an indication of what that tastes like. But if I say it's kind of pickled in flavor, you get the idea. Pickled and coated with red pepper. Well, these radishes there's a pickled flavor, and it reminds me of some of the pickled fruits that my mother used to make back home in Georgia. So, but like I said, these radish cubes usually served cold and have the texture of an apple, and they're really very refreshing. They come in these little, for this chicken place, these little go things, and I usually pour out the brine. Very salty, brimes usually are. So I pour all that out, and I just enjoy this part. And if the chicken is really, really, really hot, this is one way to help tone that down. And sometimes I don't eat it. I save it, I put it in the refrigerator and save it for another day. But I'm not going to eat all this, but just kind of get my digestion juices going. Mm. There you go. I have found that the chickens here are not as big, plump. So, but this restaurant here seems to have nice meaty portions. They're not as big as what I'm accustomed to, but I do at least like to bite into something, But it's very, very good. The takeout business here is, yeah, it's really a big thing here. All restaurants have a set of motor scooters outside their restaurant, and they have drivers who are constantly on the go delivering food. So, yeah, it's a big thing here. And in fact, sometimes some things are offered on the takeout menu that are not offered on the in on the sit down menu. And that's just the way it is. Well, I guess that restaurant, they make more money from the takeout. So, and it's their business. But let's see. Oh, and then takeout. If I spoke Korean fluently, I could order food delivered here, and it would be just like being in a 5-star hotel where they don't just bring it to you in paper containers. You get it in a real bowl with silverware. It's on a tray. Yeah, and then you take it and you eat it, and when you're finished with it, you put the tray outside your door and let them know, and they'll come pick it all up. Isn't that something? I've not done that yet. Like I said, I don't speak enough Korean, to get on the phone to do that sort of thing. But yeah, but takeout business is big business here, and restaurants probably couldn't survive much without a strong takeout service, perhaps. Anyway, so well, I think that's enough for this video. I've rambled like normal. I hope you are enjoying your day, finding a way to enjoy it, doing what you can. And until my next video, this is Big Bear Ron, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.